Did you know the average new car costs more than most people make per year? Ain't that crazy? I mean, look at all these cars right here. Just on average, you pick any one of these cars and they're gonna cost more than most people make per year working all year. That's crazy, man. Cars are becoming more expensive each and every year, and I don't think it was supposed to be that way. I do not think these accessories, you know what I mean, were supposed to be necessities. But that's the world we're living in. That's where the times are going, guys. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Ziggy Wick, where we do POVs, talk about cars, and a little bit of life improvement. Well, mainly just the cars, man. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about why cars were never supposed to be this expensive. I think cars are becoming more expensive each and every year just because they can. I think just because car dealerships and car companies, well, mainly the dealerships, you know what I mean, because they be writing people up. But I think mainly just because they can is why it's getting to this absurd level. And let me get into it, guys. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. And the first thing I'm gonna touch about, I know this is a sensitive topic because there's a lot of people that watch my videos that, you know, they do payments, and some people like it, some people don't, you know what I mean? It's a touchy subject. But in my opinion, I think car payments are the reason why cars are so expensive. You know what I mean? Because if cars were this expensive right now, like I just said, the average car costs more than people make in a whole year of working. If it was this expensive and people couldn't buy it, they would not be making them because they would have zero return on investment. If people simply cannot afford the cars that they're making, these average starter cars that are made for the general population, the general public, if people can't afford to buy them, then they would just make cheaper alternatives because that's what would be selling. Back in the day, cars were priced based off, you know what I mean, what people could make. Everybody could go out there and buy something. This was before inflation, all these things. So people were being, you know what I mean, you was a mailman and you were able to buy a house, buy a car, do all these things. And things were reasonably priced for the dollar back in the day. And I think now cars have just, like, the prices of everything, not just cars, but, you know what I mean, the prices have just went up and the wages are down here. And there are these different ways with, you know, financing options that allow people to afford these cars that are out of their budget, although they don't make enough to easily afford it, if that makes sense. Because if you make 40,000 miles a year and you're able to be driving a $40,000 car, I mean, nothing's wrong with that. If that's what suits you, that's what suits you. But this is why they're able to get away with it. They're able to make these $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 cars and people are still buying it. You think about it from a business perspective, why stop? Why lower the prices? What is the incentive to lower prices? They're still getting their sales regardless. You think of Apple. Every year they drop a new iPhone and the prices go higher and higher and people complain. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them. I have the 17 Pro Max and I'm one of them. I get a little consumerism here and there. I'm only human. But if people are gonna buy the product regardless of the price, why lower it? What is the incentive? There's no reason to lower all these prices when the sales are still coming in. You know, you think of these car companies, every year you hear they're making record profits, but yet people are complaining about the cars not being reasonably priced because of lobbying. Now we have to have cars. I mean, public transportation is good in some places, but depending on where you are, you need to own a car to get to work. You need to own a car to survive. I mean, I give an example in one of my other videos. To get to my job right now takes me 6 minutes. But if I were supposed to take the bus, it would take me an hour and a half. That's crazy. I live so close. I live right beside my workplace. But just to get there, because I have to cross the highway, it's gonna take me an hour and a half to go all the way around. So the world we live in, well, the country we live in, because I live in the United States, this country is built around cars. It's car centric. if you guys don't know about lobbying, you know what I mean? We don't have good public transportation. We don't have high-speed rail. We don't have all of these things for a reason. It's not just coincidence. A lot of people point fingers and they say, oh, like China has this, China has that. They have it because, you know what I mean? The government has full control. Our government does not have full control because they're bought, unfortunately. And because of lobbying, now we have to get cars to get around. You know what I mean? We don't got these public transportation because the oil companies and all these people that benefit off of everybody owning a vehicle. You know what I mean? They lobbied against public transportation because that's going to take money out of their pockets, and they don't want that. So now a car that used to be, it was an accessory. You know what I mean? The car used to be something nice, take it out on the weekend. You know what I mean? Now it's a staple. Now you have to have it. Now you have no choice but to get a car. And if you're uneducated on used cars, how to work on cars, how to do work yourself, or you're not interested in doing that stuff, especially if you're like, you know, you're somebody that's not good with your hands working, you don't want to dabble in that stuff, you want something just new and that's gonna run, you're gonna be more inclined to take out a payment to pay for this car. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of payment options to where it's like, regardless of the car and how much it costs, dealerships can put you in it regardless, bruh. That's what I be trying to say, yo. Do not trust those dealers, please. Please do not trust them. They do not have your best interest in mind, because they gonna put you in that 360 deal. They gonna give you that loan for, you know what I mean, 80 months, 70 something months, and you just gonna be paying interest for years before you even touch the principal, before you even touch the money that's actually going towards the car. So I'm scared of that. I don't know those people where I'm so like, bro, I be thinking about it. Like, if I was supposed to finance a car, I would have to get something out of it, like financially. Like, it's either I made it for an investment to make YouTube videos or something. But just to have it for leisure and be locked into that deal, especially if I'm making the money I'm making right now. I mean, if I'm making a substantial amount of money, yo, why this dude just walk out into the road with his dog? Like, bro, what? But if I'm making a substantial amount of money and I could easily afford the loan, then I would consider it, because then that's more money that I can put into actual investments that I'm not having tied up in a depreciating asset. But I feel like getting a loan to afford it, like, you couldn't afford to buy it cash. You got it because that's the only way you could attain that car or that thing that you really want. That's why these companies are getting us by the butt, because they know people gonna buy it. It really comes down to that. Like, there's so many ways for you to afford it without increasing your income. Like, there's so many ways for you to get it right now that there's no reason to drop the price. They don't need to drop the price for you to get it, because you just finance it. And who benefits from this the most? Them big companies, man. The companies that run everything in the background. The little man suffers to feed the big. So this is why, you know what I mean, in 2026, you have to be financially educated. You have to make smart decisions. And in a way, I be feeling bad, because I know there's people out there that finance their car that, you know what I mean, you enjoy it. Like, I'm not knocking nobody's fun, but at the same time, I feel like I'm just saying the obvious, where it's like, bro, in a lot of cases, financing is not the way. And then on the flip side, I think a lot of people are slowly starting to realize this. Like, you know what I mean, financing is not really the best thing to do with my money. It's not the best thing to sign up for. Damn, me on my throat, bro. Pause. I gotta be sipping that water, man, because my throat's sore. If you watch yesterday's video, you know I'm a little bit under the weather. But yeah, financing is not the best way to go. So a lot of people now are turning towards used cars. And now a used car is not even the reliable backup anymore. It's not the affordable backup, because now the prices for those are going up, because the people with the used cars are realizing that they can oversell it because people can't afford new cars. And it's just this complete cycle where you're getting ripped off regardless of where you go. And beyond the point of that, you know what I mean, there are good deals out there. I mean, I got a pretty good deal for my car. People get good deals every single day. In my comments, a lot of people, you know what I mean, a lot of people, yo, why this dude just turn on his high beams behind me? But yeah, a lot of people get good deals every single day. So if you really want to find a used car for a good deal and you have the time to put aside that you're not really desperate for a car at the moment, you're gonna find that deal. If time is a strength for you and not a weakness, you will find that used car deal. You just need time, bruh. It takes a while for the right deal to pop up, because I mean they come and go. You might be sleeping and somebody will post a good deal on Marketplace. By the time you wake up, it's gone. You ain't even know that deal was there. So if you have time, you know what I mean, on your side, you will find it. But for those people that are in a pinch, you don't got the time to spend to look for a car. You don't got the time to fix it up. You know what I mean? All these things are against you. It's hard, man. I feel bad for y'all. It's not as easy as it was to find a good deal. You really got to search it out. I mean, when I was buying this car, I really wanted the manual. The auto TSXs are fun, but the manual is where it's at. The manual is where I'm gonna get the fun out of this car that I really want to get. And it took some time, and I ended up buying a car that needed some work. Would I do it again? Probably not. I spent some more time looking for something that did not need as much work as this car did. But you know what I mean? I learned a lot, and that's another point. If you are willing to learn how to work on your car, getting a fixer-upper is really nice, because that's, I mean, you're forced to learn unless you bring it to a shop, and at that point you're digging yourself into a bigger hole, because that's the whole point of buying a cheap car, so you can fix it up. If you spend all that money, you might as well spend the money from the start and buy something new. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you know what I mean, it's hard. People are getting pinched. Everywhere you turn, it's like you're cornered up. Do I think it'll get better over time? I don't know. You know what I mean? I think people always say that the bubble's gonna pop. You hear that all the time. You hear the housing market is gonna pop. The used car market is gonna pop. All these markets are gonna correct themselves, but yet it just keeps getting more inflated and inflated. So honestly, y'all, I don't think it's gonna get better. I think it'll only get worse unless something major happens, like, you know what I mean, COVID, or one of those things that happen where everything is kind of forced to reset. If things just continue at this rate, I don't see it ever slowing down. I don't see, there's no incentive to lower the prices at this point, you know what I mean? So unless something major happens, like, you know, COVID or like a war or something, like, I feel like unless major like economic stuff happens that just kind of hits us out of nowhere, no change will be made. So we'll see how things go as time progresses. And if y'all made it this far, thank you for watching. We just gonna cruise going home for the rest of the night. And the next video, we're gonna talk about buying a car cash, how the process is, what to look for, what to know going into this. And this is actually an idea from somebody who watched the video and commented. So like I say every video, y'all, make sure y'all comment down below if there's some topic that you'd want to see, you want to hear about, you know what I mean? And made it this far, thank you for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Buy TSX and travel. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know what's up, man. Life is short, so make sure you enjoy it, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Hopefully I'm in better spirits and my throat isn't sore again, because it's so annoying talking. I'm gonna catch y'all guys. Peace.